Good morning, everybody. It is day 32 of 84. This morning, my body weight was 226.2, which puts me down 2 pounds from last week on Thursday, which is great. It's trending down. So if I continue to go at this pace, I'll be down another 2 pounds this week. Now, hopefully, it is a good 2 pounds and I can see the difference. And it's not muscle mass or anything like that. Hopefully it's all body fat. I know it's a lot of weight to lose in a week, but still. Okay, I gotta get ready for work, and then I'll be on my walk. Well, this is odd. I lost cell signal, internet, everything. My phone has gone into SOS mode. It has lost all service. I don't know what happened. I don't know if there's a cell tower down or something happened, but oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so down 2 pounds from last week, but I have to be trending in the right direction because last night I worked my arms out and I still measured out 18 inches with a pump. So my arms haven't lost any size. My legs haven't lost any size. I can feel it in my waistline. My waistline's coming down dramatically. I can tell in my pants, my shorts, everything I wear, waistline wise, it's just getting looser in the right areas, staying tight in the right areas. So I'm gonna keep plugging away. What I'm doing is working. It's very successful. No need to change anything. No need to stress it. I'm just gonna keep going the direction I'm going because if it's not broken, don't fix it. Also, I'll say this, being back on the animal pack, last week whenever I was off, my joints started feeling a lot better come the middle of the week. Now it's Thursday, 4th day back on animal pack, and I gotta say my knees and my hips are a little tender. Just a little tender, and I think it's the diuretic cutting water weight, making my joints be a little bit less fluidly hydrated. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that too. If my joints start becoming too tender, I'll probably pull the diuretic. There's 2 diuretic pills. I'll probably pull one out and see how that affects me. And if it still bothers me, I'll just pull both the diuretics out and keep taking them the way I'm going, because I don't want to have joint pain or discomfort whenever I'm walking or working out. It defeats the purpose. And if you can't have fun because you're hurting, it's not fun. And I want to have fun in the gym and I want to enjoy this. So if I have to stop taking those, I'll stop taking those. It is what it is. At least the diuretic part of it, not the rest of it. But yeah, so things are going good. Really happy with my results, my progress so far. We're already a little over halfway through week 5. I'm gonna keep plugging away inch by inch. I'm gonna finish my walk and put this phone down because again, it gets really heavy. Making it happen 1 meal at a time. The results just keep stacking up. And last night I was hungry. It was my son's 10th birthday party, but it was his 10th birthday. So we took him out to eat because he wanted to eat pizza. So we took him out to eat pizza. And it smelled so good having to sit there and smell the delicious smells of the pizza place. Well, I got to sit and watch everybody eat. It's like, well, you don't have to watch everybody eat. You can eat some pizza. It's like, yeah, but you know what? They have a playground there too. So the kids were just kind of running around playing. They'd come back and take a bite or two, then they run back and play, then come back and take a bite or two. So I'm not going to sit there and break my diet and eat some pizza for my son's birthday. Not because I don't love my son and I wouldn't do that for him. It's just he didn't care if I ate or not. He just wanted pizza himself, and he wanted to play with his friends at that playground, and the pizza was just there kind of. So he wouldn't have even been at the table with me while I was eating. So it's just like, there's no point in breaking the diet, you know, it's just there isn't. Now, if he was older and we were going out to dinner somewhere to actually eat, it would be different. But fortunately, my boys are young enough where that type of stuff doesn't really matter to them. And they get it, they understand, they're used to it. The only downside about doing something like that when you're on a diet is when you smell that kind of smell and that food hits your nostrils, that smell, it intensifies the hunger. It makes your mouth start watering like crazy. Your stomach starts, feed me. You know, so it can become a little overwhelming for a lot of people. I'm not going to say it was easy for me last night because it was not, but in my mind, I just kept saying it's temporary, it's temporary, it's temporary. You don't actually want to eat this. You're only smelling it and it's making you want to eat it. And as soon as you get away from the smell, you're not going to crave this no more. So it's temporary. This is just a temporary thing. It's going to pass. It's temporary. Just deal with it. Man up and deal with it. And I did. And I was successful. And I'm glad that I did. And today's a new day. And we're moving forward with the progress, right? We're not letting anything slow us down. Now, Christmas is coming up in a couple of weeks, about 2 weeks. This is the 11th, so about 2 weeks we'll have Christmas. So I will have a small Christmas dinner with my family on Thursday, which will be probably some ham and green beans with maybe some potatoes or something like that. But I'm going to keep the meal a little bit smaller, kind of like what I did for Thanksgiving. And if I do end up eating more on Christmas than I'm supposed to, like I did on Thanksgiving, I'll just simply skip my next meal to offset the calories like I did. You know, calories in versus calories out mindset, and go from there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and eat my chicken and my rice now. Hitting chest tonight. Hopefully we make some progress, because there's nothing better than getting some extra reps or extra weight on a lift. Last week I did the 70s for 9 reps on incline dumbbell press. Let's see if we can't get at least 10. I think we could get 10 tonight. I hope we can get 10. We're at least going to try to get 10. If not, it's okay. We'll do some drops. We'll do some rest pause. And we'll push it as far as we could possibly push it. Well, let's see what we can do with these. Took a little bit longer of a break than I should have. A little bit of bubble gut. So I took care of that, but it should be okay. All right, the goal is at least 10. The goal is at least 10. Let's see what we can do. Eight. Oh, man. 10 and a half. I thought I had that 11th. I was going to be so freaking happy if I hit that 11. Dang it. It's all right. Next week. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I'll be it for the 70s. So 14 total with those, but I only count the first one for 9. I'm gonna drop to the 50s, get a little bit of volume in. It's still a win, 1 rep. There's still 1 rep worth of progress. Hit this for a rest now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3,
Okay, seems my sticking point is about 3/4 of the way up, roughly about where I tore my pec in competition. So I'm gonna drop again, but I'm gonna do lighter dumbbells and I'm gonna hit these for more of the top area. That seems to be the sticking point for me. So just one of those. All right, that was a wonderful set. I'm gonna move on to some dumbbell press now. My triceps are feeling really beat up today from yesterday. So the only downside about training arms before chest is it affects your pressing. So it's like, I could take my arm training and I could put it on Tuesdays and then I could put my shoulders on Wednesdays, but then my front delts are gonna be tired. My front delts also helps with pressing movement. So, and it's like, well, I could put my arms on Monday and then my shoulders on Tuesday, then put my back on Wednesday. I could do that, but back is a very big muscle and it wears you out. So if I do that before chest, then I'm gonna be tired just from the heavy lifting. So that's why I like to do a small muscle and a small muscle, shoulders and arms, followed by a big part, which is back. So back is hard, so I use small muscles to kind of recover from that. And then I use a bigger muscle, chest, and then tomorrow will be my leg night, but chest isn't so hard where I can't, really push on my legs. And then after legs, it's abs, and the next day it's calves. So 2 small muscles after a big muscle. So big muscle, small muscle, medium muscle, big muscle, small muscle, small muscle. I'm gonna do the 70s. I don't know how many I'm gonna get. I'm hoping at least 7, 6 to 8, really, to be honest. I don't know what I'm going to get because my triceps are, like I said, extremely fatigued and I'm not doing as good as I thought I was gonna do tonight, to be honest. But it's okay because at the end of the day, I'm still in a deficit. I'm in a cut. So strength is going to be very, very, very difficult to gain at some points in time. So as long as I'm maintaining, it's okay. Progress is progress, whether it's in the form of fat loss, strength, reps, sets, muscle size. It's all progress. Okay. Yep. Come on. Counted as 11, even though the 12 went up some. I'm not going to count that because I know none of them were locking out, but it wasn't even to the top of the partial range of motion that I used, so we'll count that 11. That's actually a big win compared to what I thought I was going to do. Last week I did 270 for 12 on this, so I'm going to try to get a few more reps. Like I like to get between like 15 to 20 reps before I go up in weight, to really be honest. Just somewhere between there is good. 20 is great, 15 is okay. I feel it's just easier to gain reps with lighter weight than it is to gain strength with heavier weights. So like if you're doing the rep range of like 2 to 6, that's gonna be really hard to get 1 extra rep or 1 extra pound. But if you're doing the rep range between 12 to 20, and you're trying to build more reps or more weight every single week, it's definitely a lot easier to add 1 or 2 more reps on a weight that you can handle for a lot more reps than what it is to actually build to add strength, because adding conditioning is easy. And whenever you go from 14 reps to 15, 16, 17 reps, that's conditioning. That's not necessarily strength, but that conditioning allows you to get more reps, which eventually builds more strength with a lighter weight, which allow you to go heavier, but you have to push yourself with it too. You can't just be like, oh, I get 20, but I could go for 25. So I'm just going to stick with this weight and No, you got to kind of push. I'm not saying you have to go to 25 or 30, but if you're hitting 20, you need to go up and wait, go up and wait, go up and wait. At least that's how I do it for me and stuff like that. I guess really do it your way. If it works for you, but that's just kind of what works for me. So let's see what I can get on these. If everything goes right, I'll hit at least 13. Okay. 16. That's not bad. 16. That's what I'm talking about. It's easier to get more reps with a weight you can do more reps with versus doing something 3 to 5 reps. Way harder to get one more rep, way harder to add weight. But this is easier to build reps on this because of conditioning. All right. Let's see how far I can push this weight. All right, we'll cut it in half. Let's do another rest pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's gonna be it for that weight. Let's do a drop now. Don't want to leave nothing on the table. No point in hanging it up yet. I got some more in there. My lower chest is really, really weak looking too, so I definitely need to add, well, not add, but put a little bit more effort into it, you know, so can't back off yet. Okay, let's do another drop. Wasn't nearly enough. I don't like to go below 5, so we're gonna go ahead and hit another drop. Okay, let's make it happen. 3, 4. The lighter the weight, the shorter the rest. That's gonna be it for dips. I say that was a pretty good effort. I remember after my surgery, doing pec deck felt just weird because the whole entire time I did it, it just felt like I was outreaching as far as I could, and I felt like all the tension was here, and it just felt I don't know. It's really difficult to explain the way it felt, but I had to go really, really light, and I just used it for a range of motion to help bring back full range of motion I never really went heavy on them for a while. It took probably the better part of 2.5, 3 years for my pec to start feeling normal. Probably more so I got used to the way it felt, but it took about 2.5, 3 years for that very weird, odd sensation to go away. There were certain things I didn't really feel it on, like doing dumbbell press, I didn't really feel it. Incline dumbbell press was okay, but like any type of dumbbell flies, cable crossovers, squeezing motions, bench press felt terrible. That was terrifying, so I just stopped, tried coming back a couple of times here and there, but for the most part just gave up on it basically. But dumbbell press and incline dumbbell press were the only two things that didn't really seem to affect me in an odd feeling like way that felt like it was going to kind of catastrophically tear apart. Everything else I just did for kind of like stretching and squeezing. And then now it feels normal, which basically I just think that I got used to the way it feels now, and that's just the new normal for me. Not so much that it's any different feeling. So we're gonna try to do these for sets of 15, one straight. I'm supersetting this with low cable crossover, so I'm gonna try to get 15 on both of them. Last week I did the 100, so now I'm gonna do 110 and see if I can't get a 15. Okay, looks like it's gonna be 10. Whew. And it could be like, oh, that's a huge drop in reps for only 10 more pounds. But you know what? I'm not gonna be sour about it, because at the end of the day, I got more reps on everything and I went up on weight on dumbbell press. So went heavier, got more reps. No matter how you cut it, that is a win, win, win. Huge win, in fact. Because if you go up on one rep with one lift for the whole night, that's still a huge win. Even going up by one rep. Since I went up on weight on this, and I went up on weight on the dumbbell press, and then I got more reps on incline and on dips. That's a win, man. Tonight was a huge success. Okay, let me write this down and check my pump out. Since it's chest night, just gonna check out the front. I'm not gonna bother with the back. My pump is okay. I think my pump has looked better, for sure. I mean, it's not bad. That's not a bad pump. That chest line, I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but that chest line looks pretty good right there. That shadowing looks good on that pec. Unfortunately, this pec would never match it because the missing tissue right there, the giant crater of missing muscle. So, here's what it is. It's not too bad. Yeah, like I said, it's full all the way from the delt around and down. It's full. Just got to get rid of that last bit of bitch tit right there. And it'll look good. I just wish that both of them, man, that looks so much better. Oh, I can feel my delts. Oh, it's cramped up my delt. Oh man, they're so sore from yesterday. Not yesterday, Tuesday still. I can feel them. Oh man, definitely looking flat. Definitely looking deflated this far into the week. It's Thursday. My weight is down from 2 pounds from last week to this week, and I can see it in the physique on the pumps. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is not too bad. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even Sunday, honestly, because Sunday is the worst. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the muscles are full of glucose. They pump up real well. They look good. Thursday, I start getting real flat in the chest. Friday, I'm really flat in the thighs. Saturday, I have no carbohydrates in me all day, so I'm gonna work my abs out. My abs look flat. There's nothing, absolutely everything looks flat and deflated. Sunday, work my calves out. I get a big pump on my calves, but everything looks deflated and my stomach looks all pushed out and bloated because I eat so much food. My stomach is just distended and everything's all like shriveled up. So those are like my worst days. I actually hate looking at myself on the weekend just because of how terrible I look, because I'm flattening out during the week. And it's like crazy. 456 carbohydrates a day, and I can still start looking flat towards the end of the week. I gotta go get my cardio in. It's just part of the process though. Getting flat and then filling back out, and then getting flat and filling back out, it happens. So it's like towards the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm nice and full. Everything's round, everything's looking good and thick. And then come Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, everything's deflated, everything depletes. And eating that many carbohydrates, you think that wouldn't be an issue, but it is. When you're losing weight, you're in a deficit, you're doing cardio twice a day. It should happen that way. And if it's not happening that way, you're probably not in a big enough deficit. Now, I'm going to recant what I just said. If you're losing a quarter of a pound to half a pound a week, you can stay full and you can stay big and you can stay looking pumped up, full of carbohydrates. It's just going to take you longer to lose the body fat and longer to get to where you're trying to be. But it's also going to keep you from burning muscle tissue, and it's going to keep you from losing any size at all whatsoever, which is actually a really good thing. But again, if you're trying to get there faster, you want to lose a little bit more weight, it's going to come at the fullness, and the pumps in the gym are going to suffer. Your pumps in the gym are going to suffer. The fullness, it's going to suffer, and you're just going to lose it temporarily. But eventually you're going to make that corner. You're going to drop all the extra fat, and then you're going to be left with a lean physique. Then when you start re-carbing, you're going to fill out and you're going to look way better than what you did whenever you were fluffy with a fat. And it's just a painful process to have to go through. And sometimes it's just better not even to look at yourself whenever you're at that stage, because it could be mentally, psychologically draining, and it can mess with you mentally, and it can make you question what you're doing. So that's why I say, look at the scale, use your tape measure. Some birds right there in the grass. It kind of startled me. Use your tape measure. Measure your arms, measure your legs, measure your waist. If you have a skin fold caliber, measure your skin in multiple areas, your front delt, your pec, your stomach, your side, your back, right at the edge, inside of your shoulder blade, the back of your arm, the front of your thigh. You know, take multiple measurements on every single body part, write them all down, and then see where the measurements are coming down, and then look at your measurements. Did my arms stay the same size? Yes. Did the skin fold caliber move downwards? Did I lose? Yes. Okay. Did the scale move down? Yes. Then it's like, did the skin fold caliber move at all? No. Did my arms get smaller? Yes. Did the scale move 3 pounds? Yes. Uh-oh. Right. Might be might be a little bit of issue there, you know. But you can lose size on your arms and your legs if you deplete really hard and you lose a lot of carbohydrates and glucose in the muscle. That's when you end up looking flat, and it just happens. It's part of the process. But if you lose too much, you can start losing muscle tissue. That's why it's important to take measurements and know where your percentages are coming from. All those things are a tool of measurement, but at the end of the day, if you're seeing the results in the mirror that you want, everything else is irrelevant. The scale, the tape measure, the skin fold caliber, it's all irrelevant. If the mirror is showing you the image getting closer and closer to the goal that you're after. Okay, I'm gonna go and finish my walk, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.